Welcome back. Rowan. What are you doing?
So the horde's coming at us, right?
It seems that way.
Okay. Gonna kind of... Is there like a little alleyway, or is there anything that could signify an exit in the direction that we're heading currently?
This would be like the direction that you're headed. You're headed east. But
Okay.
the mouth of this sewer opening is probably facing north. But it, you grant that it probably goes down and then turns and goes heads east towards the Rings district.
Gotcha. Okay. Is there a... God, I want
2 weeks to think about this.
Well, it's gotta be careful, because what I want to do is probably not the logical... Oh, okay, let's keep going east, just kind of quietly keep progressing east, and if the horde seems to be getting closer.
Into the sewers?
The rings. Into the rings. To the rings.
Okay.
That's our mission.
You have dark vision, correct? Yes.
Yeah, 60 feet.
Half elf. Okay. Roll a persuasion check and tell RL what you would like to do.
Okay, let me clarify. Where's the horde coming from? Are they coming from the east, or are they coming from the north?
The horde is probably coming from the south. So picture a T intersection. You guys are over here on the west side. And down at the south side is where they are coming in, because they just entered the city.
We're gonna cross
basically
paths.
Through the sewers, and you're about to cross.
So we're gonna
essentially, unless you can sprint over to the.
Okay, so with knowing that information now, not gonna move. I want to hide. Gotcha. I want to see if there's like a little bit of like a box, a little bit of a crevice in the alleyway, just to kind of let them pass. And then I also kind of want to take some. It's gonna be gross, but I want to take some of the stuff on the ground and kind of just try to put it over like the back of my neck. That would also give like some smell. No, like just like natural, like
okay,
gross,
just like dirt. Okay,
just dirt, just kind of over like my scent, like anything that could probably give out like the back of my neck, my nape, and just kind of like cover my face, so like
my neck,
like
my back,
kind of mask my smell a little bit.
Got you. Do a survival check for me.
See if that works. I don't know if they go off smell or anything like that.
You're about to find out.
That is a 19 plus 3, so 22 survival.
Yeah, you feel like you've sufficiently covered yourself pretty good with some dirt.
Can I do
Arel, seeing you do this, kind of starts to do the same. Bit of a shot in the dark, don't you think? But better than nothing.
I don't know if they could smell human flesh, or if that's what they want. I don't know. I'm not taking a chance. Those things... No.
I'm not sure it will help much on the visual aspect of things.
It's worth a shot. Can I look around to see if there's any, like, a little... Like I said, like a little hiding spot that we can kind of, like, let
there's
them,
a lot of different alleys, so, like, north, where you came from, west... And then another one just over on the other side of the building, like kind of northwest. Another one north, like it's kind of just like an intersection. There's a lot of different little alleys, including the one that you came from.
Carl, what do you think we do? Let them pass? I don't know what to do at this point.
Maybe we could try to prevent them from coming in at all. He kind of looks at the broken bolt that was originally locking the gate.
Let's try to secure it. Rowan's gonna try to start securing that gate.
Roll me. What kind of check would this be? Another survival check? I don't know.
That's a good one. Yeah, it might be. Would it require like strength for me to start moving things and kind of putting the gate together, kind of pushing it together? I don't.
What's the main issue with the gate from your perspective, DM? Is it something that needs to be
So it would be
fixed
like
and it's
a
heavy
gate
and broken?
that's it's just metal gate, swings open, almost like a jail cell gate, and there was a bolt, like a lock and key lock, that was cut off. So now it's just an empty hole. You could maybe pry something in there.
Put like a pipe.
You could do a survival. You could do an investigation or a general intelligence check, maybe, because it's not like there's anything needs to be fixed. It's you got to figure out how are you going to lock this thing so it stays shut. Okay. That's my position. I'm just.
I could go with survival if you want, boss.
Go for it. Yep.
Okay. So basically, Rowan is going to try to close the gate, and then I'll want to try to figure out how to. Once I do that, I'll probably want to look to see. That is a 15 for survival. Try to see if I can put something in there afterwards, if that works.
Looking around, you see, it might take a little bit of time, but you see kind of like the metal ring around a barrel. You could maybe rip that off, like the ring around the top of the barrel, kind of rip that off and just shove it in there and kind of almost tie the metal.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna look to the barrel, and I'm gonna take my dagger and just kind of start like trying to pry that ring off, that partial ring off, and expend it out, and then go over to the gate, close the gate, and I'm going to slip it through the rings, and then once I get it, I'm going to just twist tie it.
Roll me a strength check. At this point, you hear even closer. Coming up.
That is another 19.
Your entrance.
It's another 22.
You kind of take this metal and insert it into the blind. Was that a freeze frame or is that the thing? Sorry. Insert it into the hole where the lock was and kind of try to bend it a little bit. Roll me actually just passive perception. You hear behind you kind of these almost lugging footsteps. Kind of. And you see as RL kind of turns and you hear a voice kind of speak up. Well, we got going on here? Playing with our dicks, are we? And the man comes over immediately and kind of almost pushes you out of the way and kind of undoes what you were working on.
No. I'm gonna before he even touches it, I'm gonna say, listen. And then I want him to hear that horde coming, the screaming and the breathing, and that's coming closer.
Right. I know. I hear him. I'm gonna help.
Okay.
And he
takes
out what you're doing and shoves in this rod. Then you see kind of almost this rage, and he kind of just bends it into a U shape. And you see this man, kind of a dark complexion, wearing kind of a top hat and like a little bit of a duster, and he kind of has a flanged mace.
Sorry, I thought you were trying to open that.
No, see, I don't know that holdable. So, and he kind of moves over to the left and pulls out this like almost tarp, this blanket, and kind of drapes it over the top. But I won't try if I can't see it. No.
Rowan.
I'm Mr. Silence.
Mr. Silence.
I'm the king around here.
this is your domain. Okay.
Oh. He kind of motions towards the sewer. That was.
Sorry for intruding.
Oh, that's all right. That's a bit taken over now, isn't it?
Yeah. Well.
Nice to meet you, Rowan. He kind of turns to Aurel. Aurel kind of slides his mask down a little bit. Name's Aurel. Nice to meet you. Yeah, nice to meet you too. Would you like to accompany me to one of my headquarters?
I'd love to, but I kind of need to get somewhere fast. I need to get to the Order of Heroes.
Over there in the rings there.
Yeah.
What you need with them?
I need to spread word about this infection and to see if they can help.
I've got ways I might be able to help you there. I've got connections all over the city.
I'm gonna look to RL to see how he looks. Is he concerned with this guy? Does he kind of give like a little bit of like unsure, uneasiness?
Roll an insight check.
That is a 13. I don't think Rowan has a high insight. A 14 insight.
I'm looking at RL. He seems a little bit like intrigued, but unsure. I mean, it's hard to tell because he always is suspicious of people. But he also, being a shady character himself, knows shady characters and also almost feels more comfortable around them than.
Can I do an insight check on Mr. Silence?
Go ahead.
While he's talking, kind of give it that. Check his vibe. Check his vibe. That is a 17.
He's confident.
Could you
so it's in this dire situation, almost, you know, the city wall's being breached. It's like he's comfortable in it, which is, you know, that's, I guess, reassuring.
Yeah. Well, if you don't mind showing us the way.
I might not be able to get you right over there because my
awesome.
typical avenues are a bit buggered right now. So why don't we come back, grab ourselves a drink, and we'll mull this over. I've got ways I can communicate with my people over there. Maybe we can play a bit of message back and forth, you know, the whole cup and string trick. Yeah?
If that'll get us there. I don't want to play in between. I kind of want to get there.
Well, see what we could do about that, but I don't know that you'd want to be over there.
I know. I don't know what's going on, but I need to get there. And if you could help, and less time we waste, the better.
Right. Time is money and all that. Right. He starts to walk away.
All right, I'm gonna kind of look to RL, do like a little head nod with a questionable face to just kind of check RL.
He just kind of shrugs.
Okay. I'm gonna follow him, Mr. Silence.
Kind of waddles down some alleys and then kind of turns down to this little side alley of an alley and kind of walks down this couple flight of steps and uses his mace and kind of lifts up this hatch and I'd say after you, but I know how that can be going into you know, well, yeah, and he gets down.
I'm gonna brace the hatch for him right behind you. And follow him in.
He kind of heads down, and there's a different lanterns and actually 2 other figures in there too, kind of these kind of dirty, almost bandit looking. I mean, if you were to stereotype a little bit, but they're wearing nicer kind of like vests and stuff, like almost the illusion of, you know, posh and dapper, but they're kind of dirty and dingy. Like one of them's barefoot even. This here is Reggie. This one is Barth. Just play nice and they'll play nice, that's all.
Reggie and
Barth.
Barth.
Barth with a B.
Barth. Nice to meet you guys. Just passing through.
Oh, Rowan. Hello. You have any idea what's going on here?
A little bit. But still unsure. That's why we need to go.
Religious at all?
No, sir.
Are the all sacred prophets and all that?
Would Rowan acknowledge the word of sacred prophets at all? Does that... Like
you may know a
like
little bit about it, but as far as like studying yourself, that's up to you, whether you would have done any kind of research on that.
I've heard of him. Not too in the know.
Right, mate. Rowan. Or as well, I suppose you can jump in on this one. You don't seem much like the talkative type there. He kind of leans and talks, or kind of leans in to RL. I'm more of a listener type. I respect it. Rowan, you know what the difference between the top shelf alcohol and the bottom shelf is?
Do tell.
It's a fancy fucking bottle and a ribbon. Same shape, poured in there. Oh, I know that. I'm the one that pours the tap, bruv. I pour it all the time. You know, I sew it to the rings, I sew it to the hands, I sew it to the fingers, all the same. But it's a fancy fucking bottle and a ribbon. That's all it is.
It's all the same.
It's all the same. You see, I belong a part of the 4th district in Lake Grasp. It's the dirt. See, the thing about dirt is impartial. Right? It doesn't care if you're a finger, a hand, or a ring. Dirt's gonna be there. So, you know, who really holds the power here? That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Okay.
My point is that's an illusion of grandeur. It's the same shite in that bottle. But it's the presentation of it, right? That's what they got over there in the rings. They got a nice bloody fucking presentation, but they've got the same stuff in them.
All the bells and whistles.
All the bells and whistles. I like that, yeah. That's it. See, what I ask about them prophecies, you see, I am going to be true king. Not only of Lake Grasp. I mean, all of fucking Telvernia. It's prophecy, mate. Hey, we've all heard that. He interrupts almost every time you try to speak.
Yeah.
See, the prophecy we've all heard, the one that people love, you know, that it will be a king that will meet. Not but one land's needs, but have heart and eyes of both, across the sea. Right? And it will be an heir, a seed of a fair king, a fair of peace. to calm the tides of the warring sister sea. There's always, it's beautiful, isn't it? But they always leave out that one fucking line. You know what that line is? It's right at the end there. They leave it out every time. It's a beautiful poem, but they leave it out. You know it is.
Mr. Silence, I hate to interrupt you.
Yeah, you fucking would! You know what that line is?
No, sir.
And end the plague of violence. And bring forth the era of silence. You remember what my fucking last name is?
Silence.
That's right. Peter fucking Silence.
Okay.
I mean, twiddle my cock if that's coincidence, but I think that's fucking prophecy.
Fate's a funny thing.
It's pardon my temper. Got a bit worked up over this. They always leave out that line. I think it's fucking crucial, though, don't you, Rowan?
Absolutely. I see plenty of names and stories and I've never said I've read prophecies, but makes you wonder.
I don't wonder. I fucking know it, Rowan.
Oh.
It's right there. It says it. Silence.
Well, maybe you were meant
it's
to
a bit of a
help find
play
me.
on words, isn't it? But
Well, maybe you were meant to find me to help against this plague, yeah? So, as we talked about, is there any way you can lead us to the rings so we can talk to the Order as soon as possible?
what you want with them?
This might be your hand in the prophecy. I need to talk with them about the situation, what's going on, of what I've seen.
I think you know how they feel about all that, right? They kind of cut us off over here, didn't they?
I don't know. Maybe. I just need to get there, Mr. Silence, if you don't mind helping. Step forward into your prophecy.
What's your end?
And,
Yeah,
like, what I want from this?
right.
My friends to live? My family? I don't want this to go any further from Lake Grass. We need to stop it before he gets out. Which is why I need to go to the Order.
Everything about leadership and crowning a king and all that. This is a bloody fucking revolution, Rowan. Like, you can't take power when, the ones in power still have their heads.
Do you know anything about all this?
I don't know, it's just fucking prophecy, Rowan.
See. I'm gonna turn to RL. I don't know anything about prophecy, but I do feel, and I'm gonna turn back to Silence. I need to get there fast. Please.
Or by all means, you can go through the sewers if you like.
Do you have any quick?
It's about to
quick
be
trips?
open on the other side there.
Okay.
You see, and he kind of points to Reggie and Barth. One of them kind of leaned up against a back table, kind of twiddling this rope, kind of hanging from the like the pole, and you see this little pulley system of different like ropes that lead almost outside.
Oh.
He rings that one. You know what that is? It's a signal. It just means you raise the gate, so to speak, for the rings. You know what happens when they do that?
What happens?
Bro, you release them all into there. You know, suddenly all them over there is going to be, you know, one over here now.
I'm gonna
That
side
wouldn't be
eye
fair,
RL.
you know.
I'm gonna
No,
side
they
eye
didn't let
RL.
us come in there when we was in need, but
You don't want that on your hands, do you?
my hands would be fucking clean, Rowan. And you gotta look at it from my perspective, right? It's a greater good. Now, what would you do for the greater good, you know? You know, this prophecy, it talked about a worldwide calamity. And if we can stop this right here, right here in Lake Grasp, I mean, that's worth the price of a couple of them rich noble bastards, isn't it?
But their lives. They're breathing just like we are.
Right.
I
Do you
don't know
think
how
they
they
feel the
treat.
same way about you?
I don't know. I barely know you. So I can understand. You could care less. But I'm just somebody asking for your
do
help.
you think they feel the same way about you? I care about you. I see your hands. You're part of the dirt with me. You're not over there, are you? Trying to get over there, but obviously they don't want you.
It's worth a shot. I know they probably don't give a rat's ass about me.
Yeah, we'll find that out in the sewers real quick. You screaming for help? You say, let me out, I'm clean. They won't care. They will protect their asses in a heartbeat. Rowan, this is a pivotal moment in history, and I'm starting to think you're not on my side.
I understand. I want to be on your side, but I don't think unleashing the horror that's out there onto.
So you want to do the noble thing, let them storm through the hands, right? You know, as it always is, let the lower class suffer, while the rich stay in their warm little homes. You're right, Rowan. It's a noble thing to do. It's what a good king would do. You're right. He starts to head towards the door. I'll just take that cloth off. I'll just bend that back out and just let him in.
Don't do that. I'm gonna look to RL. This guy. It's gonna be like, this guy, like, not saying anything, but like, this guy thoroughly believes he's a part of the prophecy. Oh, a prophecy. He might be. I don't know.
Rowan, you keep looking at him. He's not talking. I'm talking to you right now. You're looking at him like I'm fucking crazy.
Well, the thing is that you're already assuming. What if your rightful place is stopping the plague, helping us stop the plague, and taking your rightful place in destiny? I don't think putting the horde out there is the right thing to do. And Rowan's just gonna kind of take a step back and kind of look at Reggie and Barth and kind of see what they're doing.
One of them still, Barth, still just kind of twirling the rope.
I'm gonna turn to the door and start walking towards the rings.
You're gonna walk out.
I'm gonna start heading that way, and I'm gonna turn to him. Mr. Silence, I feel like there might be another way to fulfill your prophecy, but I do not think. I'm gonna gesture to the rope that's being twirled around. I don't think that's the way.
I'm all ears.
If I go to the order and they're not willing to help, can I help? Can you help me make them realize what the true horror is? They may not believe me. I say not yet.
No processing.
At least let me talk to them first. And if they're not willing to help, then do what you may. But I think I should at least try. First. If they're willing to help. It started with you giving me that chance. Mr. Silence.
He kind of looks at you and then looks at RL. Fucking hell. He motions to Barth. The rope kind of pulls down. You don't hear anything. There's just kind of a... And then he looks back at you. Is this necessary? Good.
Ron's gonna shake his head.
Oh,
Thank you.
no! You don't fucking shake your head at me! You think you're fucking almighty? What do you think's gonna happen when I am king? You're gonna fucking bow your knee one way or another, aren't you?
No.
Oh, right then.
Not for a king like you.
We're
And I'm
going
gonna
to go to the other party. The rest of the party. Woo!
Close up, not for a king like you. Cut.
Yes. Epic moment. Not for a king like you. Love it. Love it. Hey, other party. How's it going? What are you guys up to?
Slowly dying.
Ace, were you Seth, out of character, out of game? You were like shaking your head, agreeing with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta crack a few eggs to make some omelets. I mean, no.
If it was him in there, it would be a different story, wouldn't it? Maybe.
I don't know. It depends. Maybe. It depends if Rowan was there. He's my Jiminy Cricket, so.
That's true. Meanwhile, RL is just like, but you know he's got your back. He's just like,
Everything's
If I were a
fine.
player, I would have already killed everyone.
Just wanted to gauge on how he was doing. That's why I kept looking at him, just to kind of see how his mannerisms were. If he had his
He was
hands
tense.
slowly
He
shifting.
was tense.
shifting.
Yeah, he was,
Yeah, okay.
a little bit like, okay. Party,
Yes.
what's up?
You tell us.
Yeah.
So-
Where was
Let's get these guys off of here. And you see your good friend, Amansar.
what?
Different different concoctions that he's kind of pouring things together and kind of almost frantically. You see him like write on a different vial and pour some stuff in from a pouch and kind of making mix of concoctions. And you see him for a moment. He kind of stops and who's in the room?
I thought we were all
Everybody?
outside because
Okay.
he
Yeah,
said
I thought we
GTA
were
Pro.
all outside.
He
Okay,
kicked us
gotcha.
out because he said, "You guys go home and leave me the fuck alone." That's what
So
we're.
instead, we're camping outside his door.
Yeah. I might be in the doors, the doorway.
The frame.
And, yeah, the frame that's there.
Okay.
Just
So
propping
with that, you see as he kind of almost in a break in his kind of frantic, like looking through different stuff. He kind of like looks and peers over at you, and then walks over to a urn and kind of opens the top and kind of almost puts his head to it. Then he kind of reaches into his pouch and like drops like one little drop from a tiny little vial inside there and puts it over. And then kind of then gets back to work. Okay. The fuck?
Yeah. Well, I'm still just gonna be standing there, making sure that he doesn't make a run for it. I guess I will mention something about the urn take per run because I'm kind of confused about it. Is there any reason for him to? Is that like a testing thing? Like, do you when you're making potions, or
Are you leaving the door to talk to me?
yeah?
Oh, okay. I mean, I'd have to actually see how he's handling it, but there are times you would probably want, if you weren't sure what it is you were making, you probably want to pull out a small bit. Also, sometimes you need to create a large portion that's actually only a part of what you're trying to make, so you take a small bit of it. So, I mean, does he seem to be doing something
Yeah,
devious?
just eyeballing me. That's all.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I can understand because you're standing in this door staring at him, but honestly, I don't care about his opinion at this point.
Yeah.
I'm worried about the time frame he quoted us. I'm sorry, is there anything else that you wanted to check? Trying to see if
I don't think so. Is there anything you want me to keep track of? I know you like to do this stuff too. Maybe I can tell you what colors he puts together. I don't know how this stuff works, but
No. No, I appreciate it, but to be honest, I'm not entirely sure what it is that I'm looking at. He probably does know something more, but unless you want to try to take up the craft, it might be a bit much to try to keep track of what he's doing.
I feel like I'd just blow myself up, to be honest.
I wouldn't ask you to actually experiment. If you notice anything off, please. In fact, it might not be a bad idea to communicate this to Ash. Perhaps he could notice something or even assist you.
Yeah.
Work on this.
Yeah, Sure. Okay. Do you want me to tell him, or do you want to tell him, and I can go back to making sure he's not okay?
If you could, please. Thanks. But check to make sure our host is still at work, of course. Sorry. Are you feeling all right, by the way?
I'm trying to not think about it.
Well,
Trying to stay busy. So.
don't ignore it too much. I don't know what symptoms present. I can't say exactly when we might potentially start to act ravenously. Just let me know if anything feels off, beyond your control.
Sure.
Thanks, friend.
Between the both of you, as the day has kind of progressed, you're about maybe almost nearly 24 hours into your illness. You do feel a almost grave sense of lethargy, and that scratch kind of in the back of your throat just kind of
I know we can continue with Ace. Literally all Karan is doing is just trying to see what he can make logically out of utilizing this component from what he's got so far. So that's whatever.
There's not much else Ace will do. He'll go in and kind of watch what he's doing, make sure he's still in his shop working away, but besides that, he'll stay in that doorway.
Were you going to talk to Asher or no?
Yeah, it seems like he's kind of jotting down different things on different pieces of paper, writing on different vials, and pouring different ingredients in, and kind of as it approaches the evening, late night, you see as he kind of kind of puts some things away, and then one last time kind of goes over to the jar that he initially did and kind of takes the top off and kind of gets real close. Then another kind of drop inside there, closes it. All right. That is it for me for tonight.
Okay. Do you stay here? Do you have a house?
Well, bit of a predicament then, aren't we? Because I don't necessarily feel safe here, but I would also not prefer to leave my staff unattended.
I have no interest in any of your stuff. I
I'm
just
not
want
concerned about you. I'm concerned about others who might wander the night.
Listen, you're in your own fucked up way helping us. I will make sure that no one comes into your shop while you are away.
And you guys kind of see as the streets kind of become a little bit darker now. There's a couple guards kind of walking by and lighting the lanterns of the night streets. One of them kind of stops. Hi. What are you out there? You're supposed to be indoors if you've not got the message. Kind of gesturing to all of you.
This man's shop has been opened up. We're guarding the front door for him.
I don't see, badge. Kind of my job,
We figured with everything going on, the guard didn't need to be worried with an alchemist shop in the middle of the Hands district.
Roll persuasion check.
Oh no, I'm not good at this. 15 plus 0, so 15.
He kind of eyes you up and down, kind of looks at each of your kind of weapons and stuff, and all right. He kind of walks up, right up to the door. Hey, I'm Ansar. Yes. These here say they're watching out for you. Everything good? Amansar kind of looks around at each of you. Yes, just lovely. Right then. All right. Be safe if you can. Try and stay in. If you see anything, just shout. All right, take care. Have a good night. Gonna head out.
Wholesome.
Mhm.
While he's talking to the guard, would you say that he is distracted?
Who is?
Amansar?
Amansar is still inside, like over by his stuff. So that's why the guard kind of went up. Depends on what, if you're trying to do stuff inside, he's inside.
I mean,
in
I'm
there.
imagining. I figured we were close because we were talking. Is he not?
Did you go inside, or I thought you were at the door?
I was. Yeah, I thought he was coming. Like he was leaving to go out for the night.
Yeah, he's kind of just like midway through the room.
Okay.
Just leaving. You can try whatever you want to try. Go ahead. It's D&D. The world of
there to see you.
possibilities.
Huh?
No one else is there to see you. We're all outside.
Little cough, cough.
I'm just trying to think of this. All right, I'm gonna, when he walks by, attempt to slide a hand check to see if I can take that vial out that he had put into there.
I'm going to slide a hand check. As the guard is leaving, or while the guard is watching?
Nat 20, I swear to God. I swear.
Okay. Okay. You kind of awkwardly bump into him a little bit, as you do to pickpocket, and just kind of brushing past him, kind of in between this table, and yeah, you manage to acquire a little tiny vial. Kind of got this like clear blue liquid in it.
Okay. And just put that, obviously away and just tell him, you have a good night, and we'll make sure nobody messes with anything. Don't want anyone messing up, obviously, the secure. Anyways.
Is this to Amansar?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you sleeping?
We've got tents. We're going to camp out front. Pretty much, like I said, we're going to make sure no one goes into the shop, and we'll be camping out front.
Sounds good. If you need anything, I will be upstairs.
Okay.
Glean is probably where his living quarters is.
Yeah.
Okay. So if there's anything else you guys would like to do in the middle of the night?
Oh, for sure, Halson. For sure. So after he is away or going upstairs, I would like to go and sit down to Quran, and so as he did it again.
Did-
the
This vial, this little sample.
the vial with the and put some in the urn and put his face close to it, almost as if he was listening to like a conch shell into the ocean.
He was listening to it.
Seemed to be the case, yeah. Really weird. So I thought it might be a good idea, and he's just gonna kind of pull it out and show Karam that I grabbed the vial off of him and see maybe
You
you
stole this from him.
I borrowed. Stop.
Well, so long as he gets it back, I'm fairly certain that he'll notice it missing when he goes to look for it.
Probably, but it'll just be on his desk, you know.
This is obviously stoppered. I can try to take a small sample from it, right?
Can you try to take a small sample of the little vial?
Yes.
Roll at me a check to see if you can find out what it is. You may be able to know.
Okay. This check will be medicine.
Sure.
Okay.
Karan, before you check that, maybe I should go and catch Asher. Maybe he can help you. I know you guys like to make potions together.
Agree. I definitely would like him for here, not just for him to know, but for his input.
Can I go and drag Asher into our tent?
Drag Asher.
14 plus 8, so it is a 22.
Oh,
14
yeah.
plus 8.
How much was it?
22. 14 plus 8.
Kind of mulling through it in your head, you actually recognize this as a potion of preserve life. Just a tiny little sample.
Interesting. Well, this would make me think that you don't treat. This just staves off the effects.
What's going on?
This treat. It's.
Do you know what it is?
Oh, it seems to be like a potion of preserved life, or something similar.
So he's pouring it into the urn to. Like, can he do what you guys did for me?
Well, that's different, but in a sense, it has a similar necromantic background to it. But I don't think it's that what he's doing with the jar. I might actually be interested in seeing what's in this jar.
Well, he's upstairs.
Get Asher. Get Asher. We should talk.
Okay.
We should also inform Briar as well.
I was about to say, you want to go get Briar too?
Yes.
I'm gonna go get everybody. Just stay here. And then Ace will go, and kind of like grab pebbles off of the ground and toss them up to Briar, trying to get like her attention. Very like rom-com at the window.
Because I'm just on the roof.
Where
still.
are they at?
Yeah.
Right there. Oh, you guys went up to the roof? Okay.
Well, she went up to the roof. Asher's probably kind of keeping an eye on the doorway, just kind of trying to meditate, but sitting there like fidgeting and just very like impatiently trying to relax and not able to.
Ace will go to Asher real quick and be like, yeah, there's some stuff we might need to talk about over by Corona if you got a minute.
Yes, that'd be probably helpful. This sitting around waiting is...
I know. Yeah. I feel it too. And then he's gonna start throwing rocks.
One's gonna hit Briar. Just gonna walk over and peek over the edge of the roof and see Ace and message him and be like, You're sick. You said stay away, and I'm kind of watching things up here. What do you want?
Well, he's gonna talk like out loud because he's still not sure how this whole message thing works. He's gonna be like, "Well, we need you down here."
Use your brain. She's gonna yell out loud.
He's gonna think really hard, and he's almost gonna by blind. He's gonna like almost yell it because he's focusing so hard on saying it. We need you down here.
She's going to look, since she's on the roof and has a high vantage point, she's gonna look around. Does she see anything suspicious or?
Roll perception check.
I have a question, JT. Did Rowan tell us about the other people?
Didn't you? Rowan, didn't you come back
She
and say
told-
that?
she
Yeah, she
told
did.
me.
She stopped for Rowan.
Yeah.
He stopped for a second and said,
Okay, so
he's okay.
you know, not us. That's what I needed to know.
And I was with Rowan, so I know as well. Wait, what is it? Perception. So that's 21.
21. Looking about, you just see the guards kind of going through, checking on anybody else that's been still in the streets, sending people to their homes, closing down for the night.
Okay, so she's gonna get off the roof and make her way down, keeping space between the sick and herself.
Okay. What would you like to say?
Right. Well, I'll just let Karun take this one because I'm not even 100% sure what's going on.
Well, did I even take anything, or did I tell what it was out of the vial?
You could tell
Just by looking
without
at it?
taking anything.
Okay. This little vial right here that Ace managed to lift. How did you do that, by the way?
I was trained very well.
Apparently.
I know a
This
guy.
I know a guy.
Oh, you met my daddy? Okay.
This small volume is what seems to be potion of preserved life. Ace was saying that he was putting it into a jar, dripping it and listening like something was going to respond to him administering this. But if this is what he's working on, it leads me to believe, is this even a cure? There's something I might be missing. This would only stave off the effects of whatever it is. It's treating the symptom, not the cause.
And you're saying he was dripping it into a jar?
That's what
Yeah.
Meniscus said.
An urn. Yes, an urn.
Like feeding it, almost like a culture.
Like an urn. Like you know that.
She means that there's something in the jar that he's giving it to a culture, trying to grow something.
That's kind of where me and Corona, we kind of were thinking, do we, while he's upstairs, check out the jar and see what's in it?
Are we sure that it is connected?
No,
No.
but we know how this guy likes leverage.
Very true.
I hear that word one more time.
I'm just saying, I would love to use it against him. I know you would too.
Okay, so let's say we look at the jar and it's like almost like a bread, and he's just been feeding it this and cultivating something. What if there's something alive in there? What if we open it and spores come out? Like, kind of opening Pandora's box, eh?
I agree. We don't know what it is. I don't, quite frankly, want to just root around. On top of the fact that we've already technically stolen something from him. How hard it was for us to get to this level is not something that we'll be able to get back to, were he to find distrust in us.
Well, okay, so you're already sick. I'm already diseased. Asher, I think, is pretty okay. I mean, one of us could open it and look. Just, I just take a.
think I'll take a look. I'm
But
already.
No.
wait, no, you're not sick. You're not diseased. That's why I'm saying we're already screwed.
Hey,
I
hey,
have the same
Asher.
spores as you. And what was it? Dominicus, correct? Was the other one that had the spores?
Actually, I don't think it was you. It was me and Sky.
Yeah, it's just me and Dom.
No,
Yeah,
Asher had it
Asher
on
did
as well.
Oh,
Dominicus, Asher,
3 of
Brian.
us had the
Okay.
spores, 2 of you had the disease, and 1 of you had the spores and the disease.
Rowan was the only person to get off scot-free so far.
Yeah.
Can you do that thing that you did with Pixie or whatever, where we were like really hard to be detected? Like,
Not. I am spent for the day, and that's, to be honest, I never even had it prepared. Today was supposed to be a fact-finding mission, not a whatever the hell this is.
that's understandable. I could always try to sneak in and bring it out to you, and we could look at it together.
And who's best for that? I mean, you know what it is we're looking for, so there's that advantage to you.
I mean, we just need to take a peek. I don't think we need to move the chair.
Yes, but we also need to be quiet. He is directly upstairs. Don't want to wake him up. Have him know that we were in his shop.
But whoever looks in there is going to have some sort of basic understanding of plants and alchemy.
That's the biggest concern, is it has to be. We need to know what we're looking at.
I am good with poison and nature, but if it's medical,
It should
not
be
the
either.
best.
It probably should be either Asher or myself. I'm not... Unless there's something that he's immune to that we're not seeing. I don't think there's a risk of infection based on him opening it so long as we're careful.
I am more worried about us infecting whatever it is.
Also true.
Wilson, while they're talking, can I just walk casually over into the shop and use my wild surge or my eye to see magical effects, magical awareness?
Roll a
looking at-
perception check on top of that.
Okay.
My big concern is if it needs to ferment, like some alcohol does, and we open it and
Disturb.
we ruin
Yes.
a possible. Because maybe yes, he's making the potion for preserved life, but maybe that's just an ingredient.
Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things I said to Ace
So
earlier, was it could be part of a greater thing.
At this point,
It's just too much. It's too many
the-
variables.
how is your research into the mushrooms? Have you bore any fruit?
I mean, have I really gotten anything? We didn't really roll against anything like that. Olsen. I imagine all I really know is I know what
It would be
these
like-
mushrooms do.
Yeah, dealing with ingredients that you've never worked with before, so it'd be like kind of hard to tell what all of it would be able to do, and what orders to use it in and stuff.
It's not promising. I'm familiar with what the ingredient is, but and as far as compounding it, I've never had a need nor an opportunity to work with it, so I'd basically be throwing darts in the dark, trying to hit
Hey.
something.
I say I don't think we should open it up just in case we end up biting ourselves in the ass in that sense.
I agree. I think if anything, we should return this. Make sure it's in a place, or at least we can try to play it off as, oh, we found this something, so he doesn't garner even more distrust with us in the first place. I can't speak for Dominicus, but I'm feeling a bit lethargic.
I
18.
having
Sorry.
I am having trouble just sitting around idle. Coria is at the end. I know she can handle it herself, but there's a lot.
Oh, okay. Do you think that since he's not here, maybe we could borrow some things in the alchemy shop? Like borrow? Like,
On that note, Ace looking around, Dominicus rather, looking around, the only thing that kind of stands out is there's a little wand that has a bit of evocation magic attuned to it.
But the urn has no magical effects to it.
Not on the urn, no.
Ace will kind of turn around and walk back to you guys. The urn doesn't seem to have anything magical about it. There's a wand that's in there that has a evocation magic to it. I'm still learning what these schools do, so I don't know what that could hold. But
If I would venture a guess, and I'll kind of like look over to Briar as I say this, the wand could be a tool he utilizes in compounding, making things, hence the evocation. But if the urn doesn't have any kind of magic constraints or anything, it just seems normal. By the way, here, give him back the full sample.
Does your vision see through things at all?
let me check.
It can go up through, I think.
Well, his
1
vision's
inch
different
of
than like a detect
Oh.
magic. I don't know if it's
Okay, so
directly
it is,
a detect magic.
Okay.
It doesn't say that walls or anything stops it. It just says that anything with a magical effect, I know the school of magic.
That you can see or what?
Yes, within 60 feet of
So
me.
you have to be able to see it. You
With-
can't see inside of the jar.
No, it's an awareness to the presence of concentrated magic. So I don't think I have to see it. I mean, that's the way I understand that. That's
So
the
you
way-
sense it rather than see it more so?
Yeah, my spidey tingles.
Okay, so I've been doing it almost like a detect magic. Technically, it should just be telling you that there's magic near.
Well, and it
and
tells
what school
well,
it is, yeah.
I know the location, and I know the location and the school of magic. That's what it says.
Okay. Is there a range of effect? An area is it just
60.
visual?
60
feet.
60
Okay, that
feet of me.
That makes sense. He can feel. It's like even if he can't see, is like I feel this emanating from here because it's within 60 feet. I can see
Like
that
an
making
aura.
sense.
Yeah. Aura.
It's up to you.
That
DM.
isn't behind total cover. Kind of an important
says in there?
feature there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. If that says that in there, total cover is concealed. It's you can't see it.
When
Yeah,
you
so you gotta be
sense a
able to see it.
spell, you learn which. Yeah.
It doesn't say that. Oh no, it does say that. I'm just kidding. Ignore me.
60 feet of you that isn't behind total cover.
Yep. Okay. Yes.
So I imagine that means you have to actually be able to directly see it. So, okay.
Okay.
did he have a like a notebook or anything? I mean, was he taking notes, reading?
So what I was gonna say is maybe we can.
He was taking tons of notes, but nothing.
Did he take it with him to bed?
No, he's got them basically plastered on the walls beside him. It's pretty messy in there.
You did notice that when he left, he took some stuff with him, some papers, but there is a lot of stuff still on the tables. So,
Brian, would you like to look at those notes with me? Maybe we can work at this at a different angle. Even if we don't do anything, it keeps us occupied, keeps
Agreed. I don't want to exacerbate more of that man's incessant.
So you guys
we should
feel as though the urn and the potion is not something we should take advantage of.
The potion, the little vial, unless there's something I'm missing, it will have curative properties, and it will prolong something, preventing it from dying. But again, it's as far as a cure for this is treating the symptoms, not the cause. And we honestly don't even know, and I would say it's safe to suspect that this isn't actually the cure he's working on. It's a component. Again, I could be missing something. I honestly don't know for sure.
Well, what if, Dom, if you maybe watch the front, and I will be my father's daughter, and I will listen at the stairs to see if he tries to come down. That we try to give you a little bit of cover, okay? And you study, you do your thing, you be super smart.
I think.
Yes. That. But Briar, would you do me a favor instead? It's kind of asking a lot. Would you check in with the inn?
I can get close enough to do a message to a courier and Mujer and
range?
Huh?
What's the range?
120 feet.
Not quite.
I can't like walk to the inn and stand outside the door.
It's not 120 feet close. It's several blocks away.
No. I mean, go over there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If you're like within the premises, yeah, you'd be fine.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah. Issue is the possible little friends, and she's going to look at Karen.
Well,
it is my time.
They're not looking for you, but yes, they are looking for where you're headed. My also concern too is that God. Remember, he came by here and questioned our presence. What happens if a different God just happens upon you randomly in the street?
That's...
How close are the roofs and stuff? Can I be a Ajnin?
Be some checks.
Yeah.
It'd be some checks, but yeah, you could.
Okay. I will try to be super cool like my dad.
Please.
I think this
run across the roof. Maybe.
I don't like it, but
I can't ask you that. I'm sorry.
You don't have to ask me. This actually sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes, but there's no vines up there, remember?
I don't need vines. But there's a wheel, there's a way.
I think it's better if we just stay. I'm sorry, I'm just distracted.
Okay, are we studying or am I going to go be super cool?
Let's study. That was a bad idea.
I'm sure they're fine. Arel may have left. Briar's mother's still there, and if anything of what the father has said about his wife, she's more than capable of taking care of things.
My mujer is a spooky bitch. A quick question, Carol. So I'll ask privately, and she'll message you. So to turn invisible, you have to be pneumonious.
Yes, it's genetic.
So once they're inside, like, they're visible.
Well, you're saying inside.
Yes. No moon can touch them. Are they still invisible?
No.
Then I don't see a problem.
They can only be in an unobfuscated moonlight. Will it work?
Okay.
They'll be able to be seen inside if they make it in. Lest they hide in front of a window pane waiting for somebody to walk in front of it.
Everything's barricaded, though.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure the three of them could handle.
They should be fine. I really hope Rowan is
Honestly,
making
that's
headway.
I'm most concerned about that.
He's alone because we are all riddled with things. Okay, let's get studying because eventually we're all going to have to rest at some point. And you two are not looking very good. Like, usually you're prettier than this, Charon.
That's an understatement.
Roll me Constitution saving throws, both of you.
10.
Need you. Nat 20.
You still feel kind of the same. Oddly, Ace, you feel a very strong coughing fit coming over you. Roll me a D6.
One.
The cough is so violent. Blood starts to come out. Subtract 1 HP.
We really don't have much time.
Ace. Let me see your throat. I want to take a look into his look in the back of his throat and see what he looks like.
There is
Based on the fact you just expect
kind of black veins and kind of you can see kind of the redness from the blood that he just expelled from his throat. But the kind of different, almost vine systems of that blackness kind of down the deep of his throat.
It doesn't look as bad as the initials we inspected, but I can see. Yes, I can see a few of the tendrils of black. It's forming in the back. Does it look the same in mine? And I'll open up my mouth and see if he can tell me what the back of my throat looks like.
Same
Same
situation going on. Maybe a little bit less he would know comparatively, but we as an audience would know that it's maybe a little bit less for some reason.
Okay. All right.
Some reason.
It's there though, so
I know.
It's
But you don't.
It's not at its worst stage. I feel awful, but capable. But it's progressing. I don't think that if we have to wait the days that Amansar quoted us, that Ace or I even will be around to see it. At least, not as ourselves.
At what point do we tie you down?
I think it'll be obvious, but I'll try to keep you aware if I think I'm losing my mental fortitude. But while I still have it, Asher, I think we should see what we can garner.
Let's get to work.
Ace.
Maybe we can get him a stepping stone for tomorrow, or
Do you want me to go and get his notes from his bedroom?
No.
no, that's
No. If anything, Briar, can you, as odd as this sounds, keep a lookout at the door? Ace, I want you to hold on to this fire, and if he starts to come downstairs, inquiring after something he may have heard, approach him saying, I found this. Try to return it. Make it look like you found it. That should give us enough time to tidy up or see our way out.
I could always just leave it by the steps, have him assume that it fell out of his pocket on the way upstairs.
That's what we will do if he doesn't come down. Either way, At least we'll be able to get out in front of anything he might find distrustful in our actions.
Okay, I will watch the door.
You guys going to go to sleep?
We're studying, homie.
Staying up all night?
We're gonna have to take shifts, but from my understanding, Caron and Asher are going to be looking at the notes that are there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching the door. Ace is watching the stairs. And then if just to see what we can learn. And then we'll work on sleeping situations after education purposes.
I think we should still do our rests, and so I don't think that we want to like take the point of exhaustion is what we're getting at.
Yeah.
We're still gonna do shifts. I'll transfer 4 hours, so it'll give me more time to go over things. But at the end, because what time is it right now?
We're looking at probably like 9.
9. Okay. I mean, probably until about like 11. Asher and I will both be going.
And then I'll head to bed at like 11 and then wake up for any shifts that need to happen.
I'll let Caron go to sleep first, and then I'll take the final shift. So.
Oh, it's so frustrating. Ace can't do anything.
Who has the amulet right now?
Rowan.
Rowan does.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Good to know. So who is going to sleep first, and who is going to watch? You guys are studying. I'd say briefly, looking through the different notes and stuff. You see different kind of some ingredients you recognize, some stuff you don't know, some stuff written in shorthand. As he's quickly jotting down notes, and some stuff he's crossed out, some stuff he has like check marks and stuff. Going through a bunch of different tests and stuff, trying to find out the right concoction.
So for rest purposes, Briar will take the first shift, so everybody can start their sleep, and then Caron will take over.
Okay, so everybody else is going to sleep, or with Briar taking watch?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So for Dominicus and Asher, your guys' night is filled with nightmares. Both of you. This nightmare of what appears like a city. This storm over the city. And these floating spores over the city. And lightning striking from the tip of these spores and down into the city. And with each jolt, kind of a night sweat. This numbing, almost brain freeze sensation in your brain. Each of you, when you awake, will take 7 points of psychic damage. And not complete a long rest. Well, you'll complete a long rest as far as your spells and stuff.
No exhaustion, but we're not getting
Ace.
heals.
While you do complete a long rest, after you complete your long rest, recover anything else, you suffer 2 points of exhaustion on top of the 7 points of damage. And Asher, So you'll complete your long rest and then subtract 7 HP.
So don't change the current HP, take a long rest, keep it at what it was, and then subtract 7 from that.
Yep. Take a long rest and then subtract 7.
So you're saying take a long rest, so you're subtracting it from full.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. So you're subtracting it from full. Ace and Karan are also in the same boat. We get long rested to full HP and then deduct, or we actually don't even get to heal.
You will be complete a long rest, and then take 2 points of exhaustion.
Okay, so I'll still get to heal, take the 7 damage, and take 2 points of exhaustion.
You don't take 7 damage.
Oh, I don't take 7 damage.
Nope, this was spore related.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, all
So
right.
that would
So
be-
many diseases.
okay.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
We're so sick.
So that would be me as well, 7.
That would be once you complete your long
All right.
rest. Yes.
But yeah,
Same vision
We're
for
gonna
2 points of
and you're
exhaustion.
get rid
trance.
of that.
That's heckin' bad.
Don't care about that anymore. Wait. Yeah, I don't need that anymore. Sorry, choosing spells for the day real quick.
Yep, gotta do your spell thing.
Actually, no, I want that. I need.
Other than that, the night goes unimpeded. So we don't have to worry about shift changes or anything like that. Amansar kind of comes down. What did you do with the vial?
He said he was going to leave it at the bottom of the stairs, like it fell out of his pocket or something, right?
Yeah.
Let me see if he notices. If anybody is down inside the workshop, as he comes down, he kind of takes a couple steps down, kind of looks
We
around.
probably would have
and-
left before he woke up. Okay, that's probably.
and picks up the vial. He did
So-
notice it.
We determined that the spores were considered a disease.
As far as you know,
Okay. So then I'm gonna go up to Briar first, and I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration on her, and then detect poison and disease, and see if the spores are still affecting.
she seems to be cured.
Oh.
So does lesser restoration fix conditions and heal, or fix conditions only?
Just conditions.
Just the condition.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Krun, do you have restoration as of today?
Yes. Yes, I do have lesser restoration. Also, I was
I don't want to have to touch Dominicus again. Sorry, I should be more careful. Somebody heal myself. Would you mind
of
getting
course,
rid of those spores?
of course.
And then I'll heal myself with it as well.
I'm actually going to do 2 things. I'm going to use the lesser restoration. So I'll cast that. And that'll be on Dominicus, and then I will be using what is this?
Don't worry. He'll try something and take his ring and attempt to put it against his chest and focus on it and see if it helps with that.
You feel that kind of warmth and the magic kind of flow through that for a moment. And Asher, as you watch, you see that the no longer see any signs of disease on himself, on Dominicus.
That is one thing that is good.
I've got another that I will do then. And let's see, because we had, well, I didn't take damage, but the 3 of you did. You all took 7, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to spend 10 minutes and cast a prayer of healing.
Dominicus, could you look over with your magic sight to make sure that that the other infection hasn't spread?
Yeah. I will cast that. Do I get the necromancy effect on either Briar or Asher?
Doesn't appear to be.
You guys are so good.
And everybody can heal, although this will max everybody out. You can heal 16 points of HP.
So, Asher,
Yes.
I think one of us should return to the lodge.
I think so as well. Would you like to, or
It's just my mother, but it is your wife. So you tell me what you want to do. I'm not going to take away that decision from you. I'm okay either way.
I know she can handle it herself, but I need to see her, and I apologize for. I know that was your mother, but
No, go be with your wife. And Asher, she's going to get up and whisper, be careful of others like Caron, because they're looking for Zakia. Okay, so if they show up, you kick their ass.
Actually, just to clarify, when Rowan told us, you mentioned Valdiel's name.
Vildriel?
Or no? Valdriel, yeah, his name or no?
She mentioned Vildriel. Or he said his name was Vildriel, didn't he? I don't remember.
Yeah, did he say that?
Did Rowan mention?
I'm asking the player. I'm asking you right now, Allie.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I believe if I didn't,
Valdriel.
Rowan would have.
Okay.
Out of extreme
Sure, yeah.
caution and wanting everybody to be aware.
Rowan's
So
thorough
if
with
I
that.
didn't, Rowan would have.
That's fair.
For sure.
But Valdriel didn't actually ring a bell.
For you?
Zagia, I didn't know Zagia. Yeah, Valdriel didn't ring a bell to me. The name. I was there.
I guess, yeah, because we didn't have that moment because it wasn't explicitly stated. It would ring a bell to you.
Okay. All right.
It would have been one of the head farriers.
Okay. So
Not one
of
that
the
you
tutors.
trained under, or not one that you studied under. But
gotcha. Valdriel is older and more capable. I didn't train underneath him, but he did make farriers out of people such as myself. That's the individual who apparently Rowan said approached. I would recommend that you not go anywhere near them.
understood.
He's powerful.
Before I go, I understand that they don't taste the best, and I'm gonna cast Good Berry and put enough for everybody in the room to eat breakfast, essentially. +1 for our asshole alchemist.
Right.
as he kind of comes
Sustaining.
down, how is everyone feeling this morning? Symptoms, conditions, how are we?
Like shit.
Well, exhaustion. Definitely, that lethargy's there. There is concern of Ace. He expectorated some blood.
It's part of the symptomology. I wouldn't be surprised if the rest of your day is blood-filled.
Indeed. We, although addled, are not so logically, so it does not seem that any psychological symptoms have set. Aside from the lethargy, of course.
I'm working as fast as I can, but please, keep us informed about your condition.
Of course. Again.
Before you start to work, here's some food that should keep you going for today.
I like that. Efficiency. He kind of pops one down.
Indeed.
I will be back real soon. I just need to take care of some things.
Well, if you want to stay there, I can come check in towards the nighttime.
Is there any ingredients you need you don't have? Herbs that need picked, anything of the such that I could do to help you?
This is a bit of an odd ask, but some of the less fortunate that have managed to make their way into the Hands district sometimes defecate in the alleys of the city. Could you retrieve some of that for me?
Can I make just super quick insight check to make sure he's not fucking with me?
If you need things retrieved, maybe the sick people don't go. I don't want to spread it.
I can get it on my way back.
21. Guys, I need to do something. I can't just sit here and die.
Out of your knowledge base, but there isn't a hint of like a malice in what he's saying.
There is?
There is. Yes.
So, is he fucking with me or is he being serious?
Maybe.
With a 21?
I can't know all the
It's
answers.
something out
but
of
you get a
your
damn good
realm
idea.
of understanding. So you could be like, maybe it is something that I need to do. But like I said, there is a hint of malice in it, so it could be just kind of like a piss off kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, sure. And I'll just walk
If
out.
you can, make sure it's as fresh as possible. Maybe some moisture in it.
He's not even gonna respond. Just keep
So, heading to the Sleeping Moon Inn, Asher?
Yeah, so Asher's gonna just basically knock on the front door and
Who
see
is
if
it?
anyone- it's me. I just wanted to check in.
I'm glad you're here. Come in through the back, the balcony, quickly.
Okay, and Asher's gonna do that, make sure that nobody's kind of watching when he climbs up and goes in.
As you get to the back alley where the balcony is, you see, oddly, this almost white, silky material tied into ropes strung over the top of the balcony. Akin to a moon cloth that you have seen, usually toted by Quran.
Okay, then he's gonna look around and see if he can see anybody that's nearby then that would be responsible for that.
With passive
Like windows
perception, nothing.
Then he's gonna hurry the fuck up and get up there.
Okay, you climb up there. Nobody is up there to greet you. Where would you like to go?
He's gonna kind of get more on edge and kind of peek down the stairs.
You see, kind of facing away at the bottom of the steps, you see Siora kind of leaned against the wall, actually kind of kitted out in her kind of soldier gear. And kind of looks up. Come look.
Okay. And I'll come down and
As you head down, you see that kind of in a circle, tied up, 3 Narminian folk. Somebody tried to pay us a visit in the middle of the night. It didn't work out so well for them.
is everybody okay?
We are. But they have a lot to answer for.
I think Kuran would like to have a word with them once this is all said and done.
This is one of
And
them.
I'm gonna say that, like,
looks
make
up
sure
as you said. Oh,
they
okay.
can't hear that.
Okay. Right. They don't seem to have any kind of anger or anything in their eyes as they're kind of tied up there. One of them. Welcome.
What were you doing?
Actually, no,
peeking
they
around?
can't speak. They're gagged as well. Sorry, my apologies.
Okay, and Asher's just gonna be like, where's Coria at? Is she?
She's there in the room as well.
Oh,
See her kind of leaning against the wall as well. We're at the front door where you had knocked, and Zagia is kind of pacing around the room, kind of nervously.
well, I'm glad that you are all. Be careful with them. They don't let them in moonlight.
Yes, I know how they work, and also don't want them to cast any spells or anything. Powerful magic users they are. But, you know, she kind of twirls her dagger around. I prefer steel. With that, we're going to take a break. Sky's like, my parents are so badass. You were so worried. You're like, oh no, oh god.
I was like, of course. And I was like, yeah, my mom's a bad bitch. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
She is. And your dad. We're about to see just how much of a badass your dad is. Rowan. Hey, chat. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I love you. It's been great. Great session so far. Stick around. Here in about 15 minutes or so, we're gonna just restroom, get some nom noms, and we will be right back.